We've all heard the classic nutrition line, a calorie is a calorie. But if that were true, 100 calories of pistachios would have the same effect on your body as 100 calories of jelly beans, toast, or instant noodles. Same energy, same outcome, right? Well, not quite. Recent science is poking some major holes in the old calorie equals calorie dogma, especially when you zoom in on how different foods impact the gut microbiome, metabolism, and long-term health. It turns out not all calories are metabolically equal, and pistachios, of all things, are leading the charge in proving it. Let's take two diets, each delivering the exact same number of calories, say 2,000 per day. In one version, you get those calories mostly from high-carb, low-fiber sources, white bread, sugary snacks, processed grains. In the other, you replace some of those refined carbs with an isocaloric portion of pistachios, a food high in fiber, unsaturated fats, plant proteins, and polyphenol. The calories may be identical, but what happens inside your gut and bloodstream is anything but. Several clinical studies have compared isocaloric diets with and without pistachios and found major differences in metabolic markers, even when energy intake was tightly controlled. Pistachios consistently improve glucose regulation, reduce insulin resistance, and increase satiety. But perhaps most interesting is how they alter the gut microbiome. Unlike refined carbohydrates, which tend to reduce microbial diversity and promote inflammation-associated bacteria, pistachios increase beneficial species like Roseburia, Faecalibacterium, and Bifidobacterium, the kind of gut residents that produce short-chain fatty acids, reduce systemic inflammation, and help seal the intestinal barrier. This is not just some quirky gut trend. These changes in microbiome composition are directly linked to improvements in metabolic health. For example, butyrate-producing bacteria supported by pistachios help enhance insulin sensitivity and regulate appetite hormones like GLP-1 and PYY. Meanwhile, the fiber and fat content of pistachios slows digestion, flattens the glucose curve, and promotes satiety, which is why people who snack on pistachios tend to feel fuller for longer, despite taking in the same number of calories. On the flip side, when calories come from rapidly digested, low-fiber carbohydrates, the microbiome takes a hit. Species like Blautia hydrogenotrophica and Clostridium boltii, often linked to inflammation and metabolic dysfunction, can gain ground. These bacteria ferment amino acids and sugars in a way that produces potentially harmful metabolites like ammonia and hydrogen sulfide. Over time, these compounds contribute to insulin resistance, leaky gut, and chronic inflammation, issues that calories alone can't account for. Even satiety and calorie absorption differ. A portion of the calories in pistachios isn't fully absorbed due to their structure and high fiber content. Some of the fat passes through undigested, and much of the fiber is fermented by microbes rather than metabolized as glucose. This caloric inefficiency actually works in your favor, making pistachios a paradoxically lower-impact food metabolically, despite their high energy density on paper. So, the story isn't just about calorie counting, it's about calorie context. Pistachios don't just contain calories. They carry a whole package of signals and substrates that alter how your body processes food, how your microbes behave, and how your metabolism adapts. You could consume the same amount of energy from toast and jam, but the metabolic result would be vastly different. To be clear, this doesn't mean calories don't matter. They do. But what matters even more is the quality of those calories and their impact on your internal ecosystem. Food isn't just fuel, it's information. And pistachios are sending your body a completely different set of instructions than processed carbs, even when the numbers on the label match perfectly. In the end, a calorie is a calorie might still work in a lab bomb calorimeter. But in the human body, with its hormones, microbes, immune cells, and glucose pathways, it's a lot more complicated. And in that complexity, foods like pistachios shine not just as snacks, but as metabolic multitaskers that help rewire your health from the inside out.